What a movie. I'm still crying. My eyes are still red. uh, you know, some movies like Wonder Woman's a movie like that had me crying. Uh, and this movie had me crying a lot. If you look at my eyes, it's still red from tears. Just finished watching the movie, and it's quite an emotional movie. I didn't know Zach could do such emotional films and very earnest. Kind of like Wonder Woman, earnest movie. Um, you know, because I was doing this song, Us United. I was doing Us United, and I had to, I had to sort of think about autumn a lot because the Us United hashtag actually came about as a result of inviting people to join AFSP and support AFSP, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So that was one of the cornerstones of Us United. So I was looking at photos of Autumn, and in the music video I'm going to bring out, you guys will see her. Wonderful lady, wonderful person. I had even read some of her material, actually, that she was a writer and she wrote stuff. And she had a GoFundMe. She had a GoFundMe. I hope they publish some of her work. Um, but I felt the love in this movie. Just the way how the instrumentals were played by Junkie XL and the choice of music. There were certain songs, certain lyrics in certain songs, very powerful. Um, and Now, to be honest with you, the movie carries a lot of the beats from the theatrical cut. A lot of the beats, you know, it does. I didn't know Zach shot a decent amount of footage, but it was always interspersed with Joss Whedon stuff. Joss Whedon did do a lot of stuff too, but I saw some familiar things, especially in the first half of the movie, particularly. Familiar shots and stuff. But this movie was so much deeper, you know. Uh, and the thing that you could see where Zach emphasizes on is these gentle moments that took me by surprise. Very gentle, delicate moments. You know, I I have some of the moments actually in the photo for this stream. Particularly Lewis Lane with Martha Kent. That moment was beautiful. You know, I'm not gonna spoil the movie, so don't worry. But that's several of those moments. Barry with his father, Barry with Iris was surprisingly interesting. That whole Barry Iris dynamic thing that went on in the movie told us so much more about Barry. It gave us a lot of information on Barry. I thought, and Barry was funny in this movie. He was the lighthearted comic relief, sort of. The movie, so it makes you want to value people a lot more. After watching this movie, it really makes you want to value people because when they're gone, all you have to hold on to is their words and things that you remember and recall them by. But what a story. Now, everybody says Cyborg was the heart of the movie. And for several different reasons, he was very important to the story. But I don't think he overshadowed Superman. I don't think he overshadowed Superman. I think Superman stole it. I think Superman stole this story. This is this was in many respects Superman's story. Even when he wasn't present, his name was in the mouth of everybody. And in fact, the movie begins with Superman, the death of Superman. It begins with the death of Superman. You know, we this is not a spoiler. And so many gentle moments with Superman as well. So many gentle moments with Superman. Superman actually had the most peace I'd ever seen him in any movie, any of the three movies. Superman was at peace in this movie, you know, and even I won't talk about that as spoilers, but Superman was at peace in this movie, and I really finally you could see a Superman that was like Superman. You guys like Super? He was still wearing the black suit, but the Superman you know, you saw him in this movie. The calm, collected Superman. He was in this movie, you know, and his loss was definitely felt. His loss was definitely felt. Zack Snyder did a wonderful movie. He did a wonderful movie. I'm not gonna be watching the movie right now because I watched it straight. I didn't, I was watching it straight. I saw it pop up on. I saw it pop up on Google Play. I was like, should I wait till tomorrow or nah? I just went into it about 4 or 5 in the morning, something like that. I went in. Well, it could be 4 or 5 because I just finished watching it. So, see, it's about minutes to 4. Minutes to 4. Movie flew by. Never. It had different sections and different parts, but I didn't even care about that. I was like, let's go. But the parts informed you of what was ahead, which I thought was pretty clever. But beautiful story. Such a love letter to Autumn. Really was for her. I think the tenor and tone of the movie was because of Autumn. It changed. It wasn't the same as the promotions he was doing for Justice League before. And yes, there's some badassery in this movie. Some badassery. Batman. Ah, I can't even talk. I want to talk about it, but I won't talk about. I won't spoil it for you guys. I want you guys to go ahead and see it. And there was a moment. There was a DC moment. Zach captured that DC moment. It was wicked. Okay. Oh wow, Jim Lee would be proud. Straight off the pages of Jim Lee. Beautiful. Um, man. Now, interestingly enough, this movie, I think some people even commented on that. This movie wasn't as dark as BVS. This movie was constantly rising, and it was very inspiring and constantly rising and inspiring movie, which is very, very interesting. It felt like a Superman movie. This movie felt like a Superman movie. Even Batman felt like the spirit of Superman was in him. It was very elevating, very elevating. Pick a shade, say it. Watch the first 5 parts at work from my phone. Slow day at the office. Going home now to watch the rest at home. Yeah, man. You in the 5 parts? Okay, you got 2 more parts. You got the epilogue, and you got part 6. It's great, man. It was great. It was great. It was a wonderful experience. Cinematic experience, even though I was watching it on my phone. Beautiful resolution, beautiful, just such simply a beautiful movie. And Zach can do action, so it wasn't about the action; it was about the story. And you know, it gave me the Wonder Woman vibes all over again. Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman. It just reminded me of that because I was very emotional throughout this movie. I cried a lot. I remembered my mom and my dad that left us. My cousins that left prematurely. One cousin died of suicide, away from here. That really transformed the whole entire family. Um, and I was, like I said before, I was going through, looking at Autumn a lot, and just how wonderful a person she was. And guys, you got to support AFSP. I tried to donate last night into AFSP. Um, while they were doing the bidding and stuff in the auction, I was trying to actually. I went up to AFSP site to donate, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn or anything, but just to say, guys, we should donate to it. We can't have lives just being lost, lives with great promise, lives prematurely gone, young lives, older lives. One life is too many to be lost, and we have to support this and keep on supporting it. But this was one of Zack Snyder's. You know what this movie reminded me of? Owls of Gahul. This movie reminded me of Owls of Gahul. Reminded me of Wonder Woman. Um, yeah, yeah. Man, Henry Cavill was a wonderful Superman. He's a wonderful Superman. See, I'm ready to cry again because I'm thinking of all these delicate, touching moments. Even at the end of the movie, it's delicate and touching. He didn't. It wasn't. He wasn't playing to humor. There were some funny parts in the movie. I'm not gonna lie to you, but he wasn't playing. Zach was playing to sincerity, the earnesty. Like Patty was playing to the earnesty of Wonder Woman, and it was beautiful. I mean, there was there was a very comical moment in the movie that came off really funny. It was sincerely I couldn't help but laugh. Uh, and yes, it involved the Flash, but for the most part, even a certain point in the movie really had me crying. And it wasn't tears of sadness. It wasn't because I was depressed or anything. It was so uplifting. It was so edifying. It was so inspirational that I started to cry because I was thinking about my own life, and you know because failure happens so very often, and then to see somebody step up to the challenge in spite of the failures. Oh man, on a relational level, it was beautiful. I can't discuss it, but I would love to. And I would love to discuss certain elements, certain relationships. And I'm trying to think. There was something that Whedon tried to do with that, but and the way how Zach did it was I think, much better than what Josh Whedon was trying to do. And I'm not disrespecting Josh Whedon because Josh Whedon tried to use similar sentiments and ideas, but just his execution was different, in my opinion. And such reverence for the characters as well, Zack Snyder. He just reminded me of Patty Jenkins in Wonder Woman 1. Like, I don't know what happened to Zach. Maybe it was because he was doing it for Autumn, or maybe this was his plan all along. But man, man, it was beautiful. The way how he dealt with these broken people because they were broken people. Aquaman's a broken guy, and we saw it in the movie. But we saw the earnestness of how these guys came together and how they started to mix and gel. And we saw the earnestness of Batman. I can't, I want to spoil it, but I can't spoil it. But when you guys have seen it, we can talk all about it. But for now, I'm going to leave it alone. But the earnestness of Batman, so simple. And I love how Zach introduced that ingredient, that quality. Oh man, Zach, Ah man, I love that. I love that. That's like spiritual right there. Um, so I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was very humbling watching this because a lot of times we go for the action and for the rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, and we like superhero movies that satisfy or beating down the big baddie and stuff like that. But this movie wasn't like Ridley Scott's Gladiator. It wasn't like that. It was more like an adventure film. It was, what's weird is when I think of James Wan Aquaman, it really does fit in with the Jason Momoa character that we saw in this movie. Just that Jason Momoa was a little bit more crazy in Aquaman, but it really does kind of mesh in with James Wan's Aquaman. Now that I think about it, there's a couple things that don't seem consistent between this movie and James Wan's Aquaman in terms of certain things, which we'll talk about. But this movie was beautiful. It was beautiful. Very interesting how the sea people or the aqua people, I don't know what you want to call them, marine people, I don't know what to call them, how they actually proceeded to do certain things, which I thought was very interesting. You know, um, man, Steppenwolf was powerful. Steppenwolf was powerful, very powerful, very powerful general. You know, Darkseid's a vicious bastard. He's a vicious bastard. Vicious. But I'll be happy to see Avner DuVernay do the New Gods, especially New Genesis and then Apocalypse. Now we know a lot more about Apocalypse and a lot more about a lot of things. So I'm excited for what Avner DuVernay is going to do with New Gods. Zach just whet our appetites on that. And it definitely, the movie actually leaves a lot of room for Warner Brothers to do whatever the hell they want to do, whatever direction. Because Zach did the movie more like to me, more like an adventure, drama, action movie. Um, that's how I couch it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie. Beautiful. I'm gonna watch it again. I think I have a rental. It's a rental, so paid about 13 US to rent it on Google Play. The quality, the visual quality is really nice on my phone, so it was beautiful. It's just a beautiful movie, um, and I cried a lot. That movie made me cry. I cannot tell you. I don't know if it's because I was waiting so long for the movie. I don't think so. I think it's just also the journey we went through, and then our personal journeys and our personal paths will get different reactions from different people. I guess. Such an earnest movie, though. Oh my God, Patty. Did you go and influence Zach? Did you do something to Zach? Well, Zach, did Patty do something to you? Like, no, I don't think so. I think it has to do with Autumn, and he was probably going to make a movie something like this anyway. But you know, so the darkest movie of the Superman trilogy is BVS. That's the darkest movie, and Zach began Man of Steel on Krypton. Then he began BVS with the Ground Zero event, and then he began uh, Justice League with the death of Superman. Oh man, it tied in so beautifully. I can't say much more. I want to say so much more. I did not watch the movie as a critic. I watched it as someone just watching a movie. So I didn't watch it critically. But there are a lot of beats. There are a lot of beats that were in the theatrical run. But the way how the beats were executed was different. Was differently executed. But yes, we saw some of those shots, exact shots, and so on in the theatrical. but this is by far better than the theatrical in my opinion. Um, but everybody's been saying that, so that's not. But I want to give you guys something special. The special thing about it was the gentleness in it, the delicate nature in which Zach approached each of the characters, because each of the characters were going through some very difficult things. And he approached the subject so very gently and delicately. Um, so I'm not giving away anything, but when you see the relationships between the different characters, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And I think that triumphed in this movie over everything else. Over everything else. The action, the violence, those things were secondary. It was the characters that really shone so beautifully in this movie. Every single last one of them. In fact, you would be surprised. One of the reveals in the movie, I cried. One of the reveals in the movie, I cried about it, and so touching, so touching. And then there was a history lesson, which was very interesting. Um, that was okay. So that part of the movie with the history lesson wasn't very touching. And what I mean by that is it wasn't emotional. It was great. It was stirring. It was, but it wasn't touching. It wasn't, but it was interesting. And um there's a lot more I would like to say, but I would suffice it to say, Zach, if Warner Brothers, well, I don't know. I guess it was meant to be the way it went, because if Zach didn't miss Autumn the way he missed Autumn, he wouldn't have done it this way. Meaning, there's an intangible in it that's just very heartfelt. It's like a very heartfelt movie. It's there's some really, can I be a little bit crass for a minute? There's some really fucked up shit that happens in this movie. I mean, really fucked up. But because of the heart in this movie and the earnestness of the heroes, God knows I would never want to have experienced what some of these characters in this movie experienced. It was just so messed up. Okay? And throughout this movie, there are people who wish evil, who just really try to fuck up situations with people who are earnestly trying to do the right thing. So I don't know if that's making any sense to anybody, but oh man, I think that's what made me cry even more, because it was so real to me. See, like, you would never expect a vehicle to be coming so early in the morning making noise while I'm talking about a movie. But it's just the way life is. Life's weird like that. 7 o'clock in the morning, and this guy's coming making rounds, yelling and screaming. This is just the way it goes. It's weird. So, what a movie. I was sleepy, I was tired, and when I saw the movie was there, I just kind of sparked that attention. I was like, whoa. um, okay, so when will we talk about this movie? I want to give you guys a good 3 days, 4 days. So today is Thursday. So we're looking at Thursday, Friday, Saturday. How about Sunday? We talk about it Sunday. What do you guys say? Can we talk spoilers Sunday? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Um, I'm gonna say this to you guys. There's a movie that it don't matter how many times you watch it. It don't matter if you've seen it before, you're gonna watch it again. Um, I gotta finish off my music video, and share it with you guys. Um, standing together is a beautiful thing, guys. Sense of family, standing together. We have real live justice heroes in the world today. And You know, this movie, strangely enough, felt streamlined. It's strange, but it felt streamlined. And like I said before, there's certain things in this movie that are very brutal. It's pretty brutal as a movie. Not as graphically brutal, meaning, it's not Brightburn brutal, right? But there's brutality in this movie. This movie doesn't stay away from the real brutality consequences being brutal. So, yeah. But it's quite a movie. So that's just my responses to the movie. I think I have to go get a cat nap or something, take a break. Guys, take care of each other. Be kind to each other. Value each other. Really, seriously. Seriously. It's the bottom line of this movie. Phew. This movie definitely can move on to doing some other things. And definitely love to see Justice League 2. Definitely would love to see it. Definitely would love to see it. Anyways, people, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna take a break. Go lie down, take a rest a little bit. All right, get back up. I gotta go make some rounds, and then I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace to you guys, and take care of each other. Peace.